Okay, there we go.
All right.
It's on YouTube. We are live.
All right. We are doing this is Tubi Tuesday, a special little thing we're doing. Our first episode. We so what we're going to be doing is every Tuesday or every other Tuesday or however we're doing this, we're winging this. We're going to find certain movies on Tubi and kind of talk about them and probably get y'all to watch them and stuff, kind of highlight certain movies. Um, I just want to give a quick disclaimer because there might
Oh
be
my
people
goodness.
that I know. I know a few people who are in some of these movies, so I just want to say, hey, this is all for fun. Maybe get some people to watch your movies or whatever.
Oh
Don't
goodness.
please don't be mad. I plan to have some movies on Tubi as well, so you can rip mine apart as well.
How this got
I mean,
started? How did this got started? Marcus was just recommending so many different Tubi movies. 'Cause
Yeah,
he goes down
Tubi
rabbit
is
holes.
Tubi
I
is a
mean,
really
te-
good source for entertainment.
technically, our very
Real good.
first episode, we watched the Tubi movie.
Our
Oh
first
yeah,
episode.
yeah. We did watch that on Tubi.
Yeah, so
Oh, huh.
Sleepaway.
Sleepaway Camp was on Tubi. Yeah.
yeah, so was Ooga Booga.
Ooga
Ooga
Yep.
Booga
Booga.
was on Tubi. Oh my
Yep.
goodness.
So yeah,
Yep.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
started
Shout out
off
to
as
Tubi,
Tubies.
man.
Yeah, Tubi. So you said you like it better than Netflix, didn't you? Or no, Disney Plus. You said.
Oh yeah, I fucks with Tubi way more than Disney Plus. And Tubi is free too. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, and it highlights independent filmmakers and stuff.
And black filmmakers.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
definitely.
watch way more Tubi than Disney. I can't really tell you the last time I
Mm,
really opened Disney Plus.
yeah.
I guess I need to go ahead and watch Black Panther before February the 17th. Was when
Oh,
my
that's when
thing
I was like,
ends.
why the 17th?
Yeah.
Okay. That's when it
Oh,
Like the
that's
just
when it
get
13th or the
Jason's
17th,
get
something like
Jason's
that.
get Jason's Wi-Fi password.
don't
I
tell
mean,
Disney.
get his Oh yeah. Hey, what was that? No,
We
nothing.
don't
Nothing.
do that.
No, of course not. No,
Better
but
not, motherfucker.
but Mandalorian season 3 is coming out, so
Yeah.
you might want to see
Make
that.
me bitch.
Mike me, bitch.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, Tubi is a great platform that opens up independent filmmakers to be able to see their content without like it's just like it's great. So like
Yeah, it does.
so many different opportunities to see things that you never would see in theater, never have to go to somebody's bootleg shop. You just go on Tubi and
Right.
watch. And so it's been fun to watch movies on Tubi.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
it is.
And
And
it
people
makes
know.
the time
Know
go by.
it does.
Yes, people know how to. Y'all know how Tubi is. I always see video clips like Tubi needs to stop. I be seeing people saying that and stuff. Like, come on, man. We all know how Tubi is. So I'm just
You can
we're
find the
enjoying
whole
it.
spectrum of things on Tubi. You can find classic
Yeah,
blockbuster movies. You can find like
that's true.
independent, like you can find flat out terrible movies on Tubi.
Yeah,
So
and there's old school like TV shows you wouldn't know. Like I think Steve Harvey show was on there. I saw City Guys, that
Oh
TV
wow,
show.
really?
Yeah, that's on Tubi. Yeah,
Mhm.
so
Oh snap.
yeah,
Okay.
so
y'all was
I
talking
want to
about
kick
this
this
movie
off.
at the end.
Yeah. I
Okay.
want to kick this off. I'm like really excited to talk about this movie because this is probably I've watched this movie probably 5 times.
Oh my goodness.
And every time I discover something in it.
Oh goodness.
Oh my.
And so
Wow. Okay.
yeah, like this movie is like low key, like I'm not gonna say it's brilliant, but it's like this, if more people see this, it
Okay.
really is on the level of like The Room. Like it could be like that kind of goal.
It could be a
like
cult
for
classic.
independent, right? You know what I'm saying? Like non-disclosure. Cause I seen a lot of this dude's movies now. You know, like
Yeah.
I've
So
seen like I lost count of how many of this guys.
the dude we're
Nelson
talking
J.
about,
Davis.
yeah, Nelson J. Davis.
Yeah, aka Mr. Tubi.
Mr. Tubi, yeah. He might end up seeing this, so just shout out to you, Nelson Davis, if you are watching or listening. We appreciate you. That's all I have to say.
Man, I've seen not all of them, but like I don't think it'll be a while before I see all of them because there's so many of them.
Yeah,
But
and I gotta say, so far I've seen maybe 4 movies of him popping up, and I gotta say, whenever I see him, I'm like, it's gonna be a good movie.
That's how you
all right,
guarantee it. He's writer and director of Non-Disclosure
Yeah, he
and
doesn't.
starring.
he's a
He
writer,
stars in a lot of
producer. I think he
movies.
produced it too.
Yeah, he produced that one.
Yeah, so non-disclosure opens up with Omari Livingston. And he's just got a new job and he's coming to work. And I mean I think he works in tech. It's never quite made sure exactly what he does.
It's
But
so generic.
he works in tech. He comes and he's got this boss that's like, kind of like real type A personality or whatever. And he's like giving him a hard time because he's late to work on his first day. And he calls him Mr. Livingston. And his boss is Mr. Wright. Uh Ivan Wright is his name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I had to write the fourth time I watched the movie, I wrote the characters' names down. I was like,
Wow.
okay, yeah. So
You really watch this
Ivan
movie
Wright
side
is the
by
boss. Man, I've been
Wow.
studying the shit out this movie. Like it's
Oh my
fascinates
goodness.
me because I watched it like 3 times, and then
Mhm.
I was like, Tori, you gotta watch this movie, and
You
then
watched
she
it 3
watched it. Yeah,
Wow.
and then she watched it with me twice. In
Goodness.
like 2 days, she watched it. Like in one weekend, she ended up watching it twice. She was
Mm.
like, "What the fuck is this movie?"
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So then, where the non-disclosure, where the title comes in, is he goes to dinner with his boss, uh, at his
Well,
boss's house.
yeah, they have like a party, a work party thing, where
Yeah,
it's like a bunch of the employees are there.
yeah, and so the employees, they end up leaving. Oh yeah, side note, they've made full disclosure that no pun intended, that the boss, Mr. Wright, has ED, erectile dysfunction is what he
And that
has.
doctor.
And that
That
doctor,
doctor.
that actor, I don't know where they found that.
Oh,
He had the
goodness.
stethoscope complete on his
Yeah.
neck.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I
That's
think Tori
hilarious.
pointed that out too.
That's
And then
hilarious.
he actually suggested something off camera. He said, "Well, the pills ain't working. I got something else I could suggest." And then it switches scenes, and you're at the
But it's like
boss's
it's
party,
like this is non what did the word he used?
Off the record or something?
off the
Or
Off
record.
the
Yeah, yeah.
record.
He's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
this is off the record."
oh, okay.
And then so the boss invites he has this yearly thing at his house or whatever where he invites the staff, which is compiled of the 6 characters that are in this movie.
All
Mm.
the characters. Just the
All the
whole cast.
characters that are in this movie. I think it's like 7 or 8. I think I counted 8 characters in this movie.
Oh, okay.
And then yeah, 2 other chicks. Yeah. So you got the 2 chicks that work there. So anyway, everybody leaves, and then Omari realized, oh man, I forgot my keys. And the whole time before that, the boss had introduced Omari to his wife, especially introduced Omari to his wife, made sure they met each other. And
What when the party was going?
when the
That's when
party
they.
first started, yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
introduced each other. She
Immediately.
made sure to introduce herself to Omari. Oh, call me Sparkle. He was like, yeah, Mrs. Wright. He's like, oh, call me Sparkle. Her name's Sparkle, aka Sparky. Her husband called her Sparky.
Oh, okay.
And then so he goes back in the house after forgetting his keys. And the boss is like, hey, I got I got a proposal for you, Omari. I kind of made you forget your keys because I wanted you to come back in here because I wanted to propose to you the vice president of marketing position. He's like, you just hired me like yesterday. He was like, yeah, you're a real. I can see that you got a lot of, ambition and things. I think you'll make a good vice president of marketing. He's like, okay. And then he's looking over at this Rolex that conveniently placed Rolex on the coffee table. And then he's like, oh, you like that? And the boss just gives him this Rolex.
Mm.
And then he's like, yeah, some things are good with age. And he pours this old liquor. He's like, yeah, basically he's like, what else is good with age? My wife. Like,
Did he really say that?
No, he might as well say
it like
that.
that.
No,
that was what he was going for.
No,
That's
when
hilarious.
he first offered him the position, the first thing he does is make this dude sign a non-disclosure agreement, which he looks
Immediately.
at.
2
Omari
seconds.
looks at it. He don't read it. He signs it. He said, "Okay,
signs
well, that was easy. Now that we got that out the way, I saw you. Do you think my wife is attractive? I think you was looking at my wife like she was attractive." He was like, "Mr. Right." He's like, "Come on, say it." And then he's like, "Yeah, okay." He's like, "Come on out here, baby." And he does this shimmy with his shoulders, like he's looking at Omari. The boss is looking at Omari.
Oh.
And then the wife comes out damn near butt naked. And then they start fucking.
Right there and there. She
Right
she
then and
slaps
there.
his ass and
Complete with smacking sounds and fucking.
just jump
And
right into it.
The scene lasts for a long time. And they keep going back to the husband looking like this. And then back to Omari. This dude, Nelson J. Davis, is gonna show his ass in that movie.
Yeah.
He's gonna
This is
show his
TV
ass
14. TV 14.
And this is TV 14. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's pretty much the gist of the movie,
That's
as
the
far
movie.
as like
That's-
setting the tone of the movie.
Yeah, that's it.
And then so, there's other than that, it's just these scenes.
He's trying to get out of it.
Right.
He tries to
Yeah.
get out of it. He can't really get out of it because it's a non-disclosure agreement.
Right.
And should you talk about the side plot that's randomly there?
The the girlfriend,
Yes.
that you could completely take the side plot
forgot
out of
all
the
about
movie,
that.
and it would be no different.
I forgot all about his girlfriend.
It would be absolutely no different. There's like at least 10 to 15 composite minutes of movie that you could
Do they
completely
even
take
see
out of
each
there.
other ever?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I don't know if they were in
They
the
were
same
never
scene
in the
together.
same room.
Wow.
Yeah, because she only called him on the phone. Because she was like, he was supposed to be with her. What she was like, he moved, so they're like long distance relationship.
Right.
And
Oh, he moved. Okay.
yeah, so they
And
broke
she
up
was
over the
like,
phone or
yeah,
something.
But then
Yeah,
she
She was
like,
pregnant.
But you could tell that they filmed those scenes. You could tell they filmed her scene. They set up a camera and she ad-libbed her entire scene. And they filmed him and he ad-libbed his entire scene. And then they cut it together in post.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's
in
the way you
post.
see it.
That's it.
Hey,
That's
well.
exactly how they did it.
That's probably wow.
If you go back and look at here, wait, hold on, where it is? I think we you can kind of see it. Wait, where is it in the movie? But he when he's talking to her, any scene, here it is, any scene where he's talking to her, you could just tell. Like they cut it together in post.
Oh, okay. Well, as a
It's not
filmmaker,
gonna
you
let
got to give
jump
me
back to it.
scenes.
The player doesn't
Oh,
the
while
player
we're
doesn't
recording.
let you jump back. Well, not just the way Tubi is, it don't let you jump back. I mean, Tubi says you're gonna watch the whole movie.
Tubi forces you to watch that
Right.
stuff. You watch
Tubi,
you watch a trailer on Tubi, it will play the movie right after you finish watching the trailer.
Right. It'll play the
Tubi
whole.
don't play.
Right. You gonna watch the fucking trailer? You watching it for free, ain't you? Well, you gonna watch the trailer? Nah. Their scenes are cut and pasted together, man.
What scene did this stop on? What is this?
Oh, this is.
Isn't that the
This is
the boss?
Yeah, that's the boss. That shows that he's having, erectile dysfunction. And so
That's what you're referring to, right?
yeah. So the other thing that I did want to point out is this right here. Any
This
scene
Oh, the
where you
computers,
see
the computers.
they're never on.
Oh.
Nobody's doing any work.
They're working for
Everybody's
a-
pretending to work.
Or eating air, like
Yeah. It don't matter what
Working
angle
for
of anytime you see a computer.
marketing.
That's the only thing that we could talk about.
Yeah.
It probably didn't
anytime
look
you
right.
see-
It probably didn't look right on screen, you know. It
About
probably
this
was all.
weekend, per our agreement, especially within these walls.
Cause you can at least I don't know, cut the screen on. It don't gotta be nothing on it. Just cut the
Yeah, it could be a
screen.
screensaver or something.
Yeah, screensaver or something.
I mean,
There was one
desktop-
scene where there was a something on the screen, but it was one of those signals that you get when your external display isn't plugged into anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Like you turned the screen on, but you didn't turn the computer.
Right. Right. Something like that.
That's fun.
Just little details. Just little
Those are fun
details.
little details that don't really movie. So it's like, the company name doesn't matter. What they do doesn't matter. It's so generic.
there a
They're
company
just
name?
giving you. There is a sign outside the building, but I keep forgetting what it says. It's something just very generic, like tech systems,
But I think it's
technology
always funny.
systems, something
It's-
like that.
what's
Like
a lot of those, even the more budget expensive black movies just have a job, trying to
Mhm.
make partner at a firm. That's always the
Mhm.
thing. It's like, I'm gonna make partner at the firm. Like, what do you do? Like, what? So that's what they
Right.
do.
So he has sex with the boss's wife, and it becomes like it's not just like this one time thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it becomes like a regular kind of thing that the boss is like, as long as you're a VP of marketing, then you're gonna be fucking my wife because you're gonna have to satisfy her in the ways that I can't, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so
Fatal Attraction.
yeah, and then so he gets to work the next morning. He's like, Omari, my boy, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, let's go out to lunch. He's like, we just got here. Like, well, it'll be like brunch. We'll just go to brunch. And so he takes him to this spot where
Oh yeah.
they eat ravioli for breakfast.
I didn't know that.
Oh goodness.
And it's ravioli
They eat ravioli for breakfast
out the can.
out the can.
What kind of restaurant is this?
Canned ravioli for brunch.
But the name of the restaurant's canned ravioli.
Right, it's canned ravioli for brunch.
Hey,
But yeah, there's
on the screen as food. It is established on the screen as food.
Yeah.
So we know that.
and there's a lot of establishing shots on this
Mhm.
movie.
Okay.
Like as far as like somebody, like for instance, like at the party or when they're going to brunch, they'll show them pouring every single person in the room a
Oh
drink.
yes.
I remember
And
that.
you just have to watch it.
I remember
or
that.
or like it'll show people's journey when they're doing things. It's like
Mhm.
just there was not like a whole lot of like editing, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I mean, the movie's already short.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like an hour
Yeah,
and
it's
12
only-
minutes.
Yeah. It's
right.
not even that long.
So imagine if they took out the second plot, if they took out the pouring of the
Already
drinks,
15 minutes.
this
That's
movie
another
be
10
like
minutes.
about 40 minutes.
45 minutes.
Yeah, it would be.
It would be like 40 minutes. There's about 40 minutes of story in
Yeah.
this movie.
That's why you can watch it 5 times.
Because you don't have to pay like exclusive attention to it, really.
Yeah.
It's one of them things where if you paid exclusive attention to it, it's freaking hilarious and brilliant.
I do notice that
So-
Nelson, aka Omari, is that his name? Omari?
Yeah, Amari.
I do notice that he's clean cut in this movie.
Right. In this movie, he's more clean cut because he's the new guy. He's the new
Yeah.
employee.
Because all his other movies, his beard is
He's
like
got the
out to
beard.
here and stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. What a different type of character. What's he like in his other movies?
Dude, he's the
He's
same
really
guy.
about the same in
He's
all
the
the
same
movies.
guy in all the movies. He's a young guy that ends up having sex with some women. That's
Yeah.
basically
Oh, okay.
the plot in every
That's-
movie he's in.
Yeah.
Oh
is
no, how did I get in a
absolutely-
situation to have sex with this woman?
I feel like maybe he will. Lizzo. I feel like that's probably his inspiration.
Maybe
I
so.
don't think he's ever
I
heard of
want-
him.
I'm pretty. No, there's no way in
This
the world
scene
he
right
had
here.
with this kind of movie.
When he had him fuck her in the bathtub.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man. But and the water was splashing.
Wow.
I am curious how they do the sex scenes because some of the sex scenes he be doing, I'm like, y'all,
Water
is it-
splash.
oh
On
goodness,
his
oh my
face.
gosh, somebody probably just
Oh man.
like, how do you do this
I don't know if
scene?
YouTube might kick us off for this.
They won't. They won't. I'm just curious. Like, how do you do a sex scene like that in an independent film without it being porn?
I mean, it
mean-
basically is porn. They just not showing penetration, or they're not, you know what I'm saying? Like they can get pretty graphic. I mean, like even on like what's that, like HBO, you can get pretty graphic with a sex scene and they're not actually having sex.
Yeah, but the professionals, they do it where it's like sometimes when they show a sex scene, they'll show from chest up. They don't show the whole thrusting of the butt and stuff like these movies do. We see them thrusting of the ass in these movies where it's like, okay, that's
You only see one angle though.
But
Very-
they do.
don't see-
But you only see one person's ass from one angle.
Right.
oh,
That's it.
okay.
And it's like
They could be wearing
that's-
pants, and the other person could be wearing complete covered pants.
or like a cover. There's like a cover.
Oh, yeah, that's
thing
right.
that they wear when they be shooting like Insecure. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they show more in Insecure than on this movie.
yeah, they show a lot in them.
I just realized that dude got a whole nipple hanging out right here in this.
Okay.
That's a
Yep, he
nipple
does.
right there.
Oh goodness.
Oh man.
So you gonna talk about the end of this movie?
I don't know. I want to talk about the woman's suit he's wearing in this scene right here.
Oh goodness.
That's a women's suit. I paused it. I wasn't quite sure, and I asked my wife. I was like, "Is that a women's suit?" She was like, "That's a women's suit." Like, oh, okay. Amari, my boy. But
Man,
And he
yeah,
claps.
you didn't say much about the boss, about like the actor, but this guy
He
is
is
great.
my favorite character.
he's my favorite character. He's my favorite character. This dude, he don't give a
Hands
fuck.
down.
He'll wear
Hands down.
he'll wear a women's suit to work. He'll come to work with one of his buttons. He don't even give a fuck. One of his buttons, like the buttons were off
Yeah.
track on
don't
another
care.
scene earlier. And I noticed it
care.
the first time I watched. I was like, he didn't button his shirt right. He don't care.
Wow.
He don't care. He don't give a damn.
Then the next scene, he didn't even have his shirt buttoned. He had on a tie, but the shirt wasn't even like buttoned. And then he had this big chain, like this big kind of like a link chain. He got it
Wow.
on right there. You can see it. And he was just like, "Look, man, I'm the big boss, man. I put on what I want. I wear a women's suit. I don't give a fuck. I put on a women's suit, man. I like the fabric. So the boss is my favorite character.
Oh, of course, mine too. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he's great.
He's got all the power. Omari, my boy, because soon as Omari said he didn't want to fuck his wife anymore, he completely switched and started calling him Mr. Livingston again and took
That's
away
right,
his
I
position. He was
remember.
like, "Oh,
That's
by the
right,
way,
Mr.
the
Liv-
vice president of marketing position is no longer open." He was like, "But you said I had it, but yeah, you ain't sticking to our agreement." So like, he basically like shunned him.
Yeah. Wow.
immediately.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll let Josh take it away with that plot twist though.
Oh my
The
God.
plot twist.
The plot twist. So Amari decides to talk to Mrs. Livingston. And
This
they
movie ends. Oh my goodness.
yeah, they decide to kill the boss out of nowhere.
They just got evil at it. Well, it's right after they were joking about it.
Oh,
at
that's
first.
right. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
The dude Omari was joking about it at first.
Yeah, yeah. And then he's like, hey, I think Omari, that's what it was. He called her up or whatever. They met up, and after he got demoted, because he was like, oh no, this dude's playing too much. So he's like, how about like, were you serious the other day? We could kill him for real and stuff. And so,
oh yeah,
and she's like, okay.
Right. She didn't take much
nowhere.
convincing at all because at first she was like, no, we can't do that. He's like, look at me, look at me, look at my eyes, look at my eyes, look. He does this Tommy Wiseau-esque acting. He's like giving it everything, and he's like looking at her in her eyes. He's like, look at me, look, we can do this, we can kill him. And she's like, okay, how? Like it was that easy.
Right. They never discuss how. I from what I remember,
show how. Yeah,
they didn't discuss how. Yeah,
they didn't discuss it, but we just see her.
Right.
Yeah, we just see her with him, with her husband, and then doesn't she? She just shoots him, right? Like,
yeah, she pulls
just
out
walks
a gun.
in, because he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And she shoots him, and then Amari shows up, and she's like, gives Amari the gun and stuff.
She gives Amari the gun,
which was the plan because he was planning to shoot.
Yes, yes,
because he was ready to shoot him.
Right. So he comes. He was ready to shoot him.
Yes. Right. He was going to kill him anyway.
She shot and killed her husband.
Right.
Gave Amari the gun. And he was ready to go. He didn't know he was killing. He didn't know.
Yes.
Go shoot him. But he was already dead.
Right.
And then she calls.
Okay. Wait. Okay. So after watching this 5 times. Yes, you're right, Jason and Josh. She shoots her husband. And then she goes downstairs and gives Omari the smoking hot pistol
that she just used to shoot.
That she just shot this man with.
Right.
She hands Omari the pistol that's gotta be smoking hot.
And probably heard it when because a gunshot is loud.
And you gotta smell gunpowder coming out that thing.
I mean,
and then she just shot this motherfucker. And then he goes and then he says, she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go outside and you take care of business. And then he says, breaking all the rules, huh?
What was that?
That's what I'm saying.
Bitch, did you just shoot him? Did you just shoot him? That would be my question. Wait, did you do it already? Let's get the fuck out of here, And so, like, he goes upstairs.
When he said that line,
he was clueless. He was clueless because he goes upstairs and then he's surprised because I don't know. We don't know what the plan was. Because I think the plan was supposed to be that you sex him up and get him, all relaxed and stuff.
Oh,
right. And then I'm gonna meet you downstairs. You go, to the kitchen or something. I'm gonna meet you downstairs, and we gonna, I'm gonna pull the trigger, and then you just be ready to escape. We do whatever. That's what I assume the plan must have been. And then so she comes downstairs having already shot this motherfucker, hands him the
Doobie.
smoking hot pistol. He go upstairs. He's surprised to see him dead.
Mm-hmm.
And so if he got shot point blank in the head, there's got to be blood everywhere, right?
Oh yeah,
And so
yeah.
he looks at him in the bed, and then he like touches his body, like, he looks dead.
Is he
And
dead?
then he like pokes him,
I
and
guess
then
he is dead.
surprisingly, he's dead. And then he says, he literally he goes
Oh goodness.
and has a whole flashback of 2 minutes earlier in the movie
2 minutes.
when the wife shot the husband.
Oh goodness.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes in the bathroom and gets herself together. She calls 911 and somebody been shot. Somebody been shot. That was a flashback. and then she runs downstairs and hands him the pistol. And then it comes back to his face going,
I got framed.
I got framed. That whole flashback was in his mind. That was him slowly piecing together that he got framed.
Oh man. I mean, the thing about
It took so much effort for him to figure that out.
If the plan was him to kill him in the first place,
Mhm.
him the gun,
And just
after
let
he
him
shot
shoot
him, and then
And
call
just
the
let
cops.
him
Or call the cops before he shot him and say, "Oh my goodness, my husband, he killed her. He killed him." And then the cops is on their way before he even pulled the trigger. But he pulled the trigger. He caught red-handed. So like, it's
It
easy
was
to
dumb.
prove that he didn't get.
I
It's
mean-
easy to prove that he didn't shoot him.
So by the time he runs downstairs, and it's Josh's favorite part. I know.
Oh yes, yes.
The cops.
The cops are just standing there waiting for him.
They were standing there with their hands behind their backs, just waiting. There's
waiting.
2 cops. That was it. Just 2 guys. Just 2 dudes.
Mhm.
They weren't in like uniform.
Oh, I know, right? It's
they were
like,
just
well,
2
no
dudes.
guns
2
out,
2
nothing.
guys.
Just
On
like,
the
hey, how's it
They
going?
just
We're just walking.
standing in
We
the
were just
doorway.
walking by, hanging out.
And we know we can whoop your ass.
So
That,
for
like they
me,
wasn't even in fighting stance.
so for me, when I was watching the whole ending, what I was confused with, but I was like, okay, they didn't discuss this, but she's handing him the gun just to him go shoot. I was like, then what are y'all going to do with the body? What is the plan?
What is the plan?
Like for someone for her to be like, oh, somebody broke in and shot him or something?
We
or,
don't know. We don't.
I was
they
thinking
didn't think
maybe it
that
was-
far. We
Maybe
don't know.
he was going to start an argument, and he was going to be like, "Oh, well, I was defending him, or defending her. Like he was about to kill her, and that's self-defense." Maybe that was the agreement. I don't know.
because I think she
There
was
wasn't a
smart, but Amari was dumb. Because I was like, Amari was dumb. That's what I got from the movie.
Why did he want to
But the
kill
wife
him?
was smart.
Why? I don't know why he had to die because he
Why did
basically
he
he
want
said
to kill.
the wife said since this dude was a CEO that the only way like she felt trapped with him because she was married to him, she felt obligated, but he couldn't satisfy her, and she felt trapped with him, and the only way she felt like she could get out from under him is for him to die.
That's the only
And
way.
that Omari came to that conclusion. Well,
Mhm.
or I could kill him, and we could just both run off with the insurance money. I'm joking,
Insurance
I'm
money.
joking, right? Right.
Oh my!
And so that was the plan, but it wasn't no plan. And then she randomly decided to completely fuck him over and set him up.
And why did she want to do that?
I don't
Well,
know. It was so
figured,
random.
I figured because like how they going to find who killed him and stuff, It's like, and she's got a perfect alibi, right?
Basically,
like,
to get it off of her completely.
Yeah,
right. That's why I
why.
said she was pretty smart. He might have been dumb, but she was smart.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
to-
maybe. Yeah, that make more
last
sense.
minute change the mind because if they didn't have her,
But I
always
mean,
her plan was
yeah.
to put it on him. So he was just
He
like,
was
"Okay,
dumb
well,
enough
then
to
we'll
sign
run
a
off,"
non-disclosure on
without
day
reading it.
2 of work without reading it and agree to that whole thing anyway. So of course he
Right.
was dumb enough to
Yeah.
fall for her plan.
Of course.
Mm.
Yeah, them cops did not. They ain't had their guns out. They were just like, yeah, like this dude is suspected of murder. They would have been standing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, because she
that
called and
shit had me
said he
cracking
was
up.
murdered. Like,
Yeah,
yep, that,
and then it goes off. That's it.
that's it.
Yep, that's the whole movie.
Non-disclosure.
So, if you're watching
So
this, go watch
yes,
Non-Disclosure.
Yeah,
yes.
it's
Even though we went through
very
the whole
good.
movie, strongly recommend it. Strongly. It's only an hour and 12 minutes. You can watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
watch it. Obviously, Marcus likes it. He watched it 5 times.
Oh, I love this movie. I would buy this movie. I would
We
buy
purchased
this movie if I
movie.
could. Yeah. Nelson J. Davis, where can we buy this movie?
I can ask him. He might give it to
Oh,
you
man.
for real.
Yeah, I love this movie. I think it's a like a cult classic in the making. I think it's like a good like
Mm.
one of them cult treasures. Like for real. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Okay.
put a lot of people onto this movie.
This
Yeah.
is our
Well,
first Tubi Tuesday episode.
yeah,
Is talking
we'll
about
see how.
Non-Disclosure. And you put it
Highlight
on your
them.
favorite too. And didn't y'all talk
Yeah,
about
he
it
did.
in
He did.
2022?
Who
Best
me?
of
Yeah,
20.
you did. You brought it up
Yeah, I
on
love
the podcast.
non-disclosure.
You said it was your
So,
was
My
it hidden
guilty
treasure?
pleasure. Yeah,
Guilty
my
pleasure.
hidden
That's what it
treasure.
was.
guilty
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
man. Non-disclosure 2022, directed by Nelson J. Davis.
All right. So that's all we have to say about that. Check out the
yeah,
movie.
that's it. Check it out.
Oh, I thought you had stopped already.
I'm
stopped?
stopping now.